to Bushcraft Dads. Today we are looking at the Frost River Isle Royal pack. Now this is a traditional pack, and it's a replacement for my older pack, and I ordered this from a company called Natural Man, and that's an English supplier, and they got it to me within about a week, which for this pack, because it's made in Duluth in America, is pretty good, and considering they're all made in handmade in one factory. Anyway, the cloth of this material is a cotton cloth, and it's impregnated with wax, which gives it waterproofing, as opposed to like a modern day pack which has a waterproof coating on the inside, and then eventually it all falls off and ends up bits in the bottom of your bag. This pack is probably going to go on for quite a long time, and I shall probably pass it down to my son, as everybody says. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you around the pack. I'm going to show you some of the features, and hopefully give you an insight into what I find interesting about it and why I purchased it, and also maybe give you an insight as to why you might be interested in getting one. So first of all, I'm going to show you the pockets and things like that. So at the front of the back of the pack, we have these two big pockets. Now these pockets on packs are usually quite overlooked and not even there sometimes, but believe me, this is where you put your water, and so these are quite important, and they've done a really good job of making these large enough to take any amount that you would need. And I'm going to show you this because this here is a blender cup. You make smoothies in it, and that's fairly wide. And then I'll show you what else I've got in here. This is the other pocket, and I've got another litre bottle on this side. That's a normal litre bottle, and you all know how big that kind of thing is, and that's a bit wider, but it's about the same size. So you've got two of those on each side, and certainly for this one you could probably fit other things into this pocket. And in between those two pockets you have the axe sleeve. Now I've seen people put forest axes into these sleeves, but I personally think that a forest axe would be too long in this sleeve and would knock into things, get caught into things. So this, for me, this is a hatchet sleeve, and I'm probably right about saying that. That's probably what they've been designed for. So there's my hatchet. I'm going to just put that over there. So if you we turn the pack onto the sides, we've got these pockets at the bottom here, and there's one on this side and there's one on the other side, and then above them we have the cinch cords, and then above the cinch cords we have a belt or a strap. Now the pocket is great because you can put your forest axe in that pocket there, the head of it, and then run the forest axe up behind these cinch cords like that, and it's safe. Not going anywhere. It's not going to hurt anyone. And then what these cinch cords are really designed for, I think, a lot of people shove rucksacks, sleeping bags or things like that down the side of them, and they're used for that. But what they're really used for is to be able to close the pack down, and the proof of the pudding there is that you've got a belt at the top here, and that means you can close this right down like that, and then you can close this cinch right in like that, and then what that does is it brings the pack, if you haven't got much in your pack, it brings the pack right in and close to your back, and you do feel it when you're wearing this. this pack is so well designed because it sits on your back and not sort of like at the lower part of your back, because everything hangs from up here. So where this is where the weight is going to be just below here. So that's a great design. That's a brilliant design, and not all rucksacks have that on it. The modern day rucksacks, you just won't see that at all. Well, a lot of them anyway. So we've covered that, and all over the pack you'll get these little bits of leather, which they just make it means that because there's on the other side of there's a strap, and that means that area won't tear over a number of years. And then here where at the top, where rucksacks come apart at the top and things like that, well, it's all backed up by leather straps and things like that, which is really great. So that's that. Right, so in the top, this is the only feature in this pack which I feel it could have been better. It could have been better, but it's nice to see it there. So if you open this lid area, or the flap, you get this little pocket here. Now, a lot of people, what do you put in there? Maps, yeah, maps. Maybe an iPad, not an iPad. But there's a problem, because if you've got your iPad, I was just looking for a book or something. So my pioneering book. Put your pioneering book in there. Right. Now, unless it's the right size, exactly the right size, it's gonna fall out over like that. It's gonna fall out over time, which is a bit annoying. I know that when you've got the strap, when you've got that down like that, it's not going to fall out. Okay, but as soon as you open it up like that, it's going to spill out all over the place. Could have been a lot easier just to fix that up. But anyway, there's a very slight niggle because this pack is excellent. On the sides of the packs at the top, you not only got this back flap here, but you've got these two flaps here. Now, what you do is you put a little bit of cord through those two eyelets there, and then you can tie it down. That's a very traditional way of closing a pack. So, moving on, before I show you the amount that you can actually fit in this, I'll show you the strap system, because the strap system I feel actually is one of the best that I've tried, even on some of the more modern packs that I've tried. I had a Northern Face pack, and I was forever trying different positions, and this is one I've had for 20 years, and in the end I've found out that people are saying, oh, try the North Face pack, but also try other ones, try the more traditional ones, and people have kept going on about these packs, and they're right. These are the straps on the back, and they're made from a very soft buckskin with some kind of foam in the middle. Running down them, you've got the sternum strap, and then right at the bottom you've got a very basic, because it doesn't need to be anything more than basic, belt strap. And that's exactly what it is, a belt strap. All the way over this pack you have some really, really, really good brass belts, clips. You know, it's like a shy horse, this pack. The quality of the brass buckles and things like that is absolutely brilliant. They're the best quality things that I've seen on any pack. And then right on the bottom of the back we have these. 1, 2, 3, 4, where they are 4. If you want to put your blanket on the bottom there, you can put your blanket on. You can put anything on there. Small child, you know. You know those small children who don't want to walk back after camp, you know. So they can go on there, but you need to buy some extra straps. Now the straps can be quite expensive, but once you've bought them, they're yours. But you need to look after them, because those are the kind of things that would wear on the bottom of the pack. This blanket was lovingly made for me by my mother. She's also made everybody in the family a blanket as well. She's a lovely lady. Right, and so the last thing I think I can say about this pack, and that is what you can fit inside it. So I have, here we go, one inflatable bag, one very big rucksack, not rucksack, I'm talking about sleeping bag, and a massive tent. This is Polish Lavu. Now, anyone who's watched my videos before will have seen my Polish Lavu, and it is big and it is heavy. So being able to fit that inside the bag without hanging it off or anything and it flopping or anything like that is a big bonus for me, because walking around with a rucksack on your back, you don't want it misbalancing, yeah? So Polish Lavu. So, and then I've also got my stove in here as well. Foldable bushcraft essentials stove. Absolutely brilliant. And that's it. However, there is something else that I can advise that does actually work with this pack, because I have done it. My 3-year-old and my 8-year-old can both fit in this pack rather well. So if you ever have any problems with children not walking back from camp like I do, you can buy one of these packs and be quite well assured that if there really is a problem, you can leave all your stuff in camp and carry them back to the car. It's not advisable, because then you'd have to go back for your gear as well, but you can if you need to. So I'm going to put everything back into my bag, and then let's put the tent back in first. I can show you how it sits, because some of you will be thinking, oh, that's all very well, but I want to understand the way it sits, because I've got a frame pack, or I've got one of these modern packs, and I'd really like to get a Frost River pack, but they're a lot of money, and if it doesn't sit right on my back, I'm not gonna be not happy. Now, to be honest, I've always had packs which have got some kind of back support in them, but this pack, because of how it's situated in the on the back, it just works. Now, I'm a small bloke. I am 5'2", so that's not very big. Now, I have seen a video of somebody else on YouTube who looked a lot bigger than me, and he said, this pack is too big for me. And bless him, I thought, when I got this pack, I thought, oh God, if it's too big for him, it's going to be too big for me. But, I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit of a mule or something, because I felt this pack was absolutely brilliant. The amount I can fit in it and actually haul in it, just because of the way it's all set up. So everything in, and then we're going to show you how it sits. I don't know if you've ever had one of those packs which sat on your back totally wrong, and you've got backache after carrying it for 5 minutes. That's something that's absolutely terrible. I can't remember where I first heard of this pack either, because it's been one of those things that I think I've probably known about it for as long as I've been doing bushcraft actually. But I think it was the guy with the teepee from Sweden, is it? Can't remember his name. The guy does all the painting. Here we go. Oh! Now that is quite some weight, but it doesn't really matter because I have still got the sternum strap attached, which is pretty annoying. Just a minute. Oh! There we go. So that's how it sits on my back, and then obviously that go there, and the belt, which is attached as well, would come around there. There we go. Now there are a lot of videos on YouTube, and I wouldn't usually do something like this. I like to try and do something a little bit different in any of the reviews that I do, and we don't do that many reviews on Bushcraft Dads, but the reason I've done this is because there aren't that many guys who I feel are camping frequently and are using their pack, the Isle Royale pack, in England. And because this is the biggest one and I'm fairly small, I thought it would be a fairly interesting thing to show you. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have, give us a thumbs up, maybe even a like, or a thumbs up is a like, isn't it? And maybe share it with your friends if you want to do that kind of thing. See you later.